peek in at what's going on here. So first thing I look at is Lithuanian's full Civ matchup. Normally I pick my Civ in tournaments. Here I'm kind of stuck with what I get on random Civ. All right, so the start is pretty standard. I'm not really thinking too much about the early game. But what I do is I try to get as much scouting in as possible. 100%, because like scouting is super key. The faster I scout my map, the better. Right away, I'm also glancing at my minimap to see which direction is the back of my base. So I scout with sheep there and scout towards the fronts. This part's a little micro-intensive, so I'll focus on it. And the faster I scout, the better. But also always keeping only one sheep at home. Now I have to pick my wood line. I'm going to use the one at the back. And so look at that. 1 minute 30 and my whole map is scouted. Now I go scout my opponent or their deer. Very important to go really fast. This is something you only see in my tournaments and not in my rated games, because usually I'm like reading chat at this point. Opponent's lame even for some reason. Unless that's his sheep. We'll take it back just in case. And I have to decide my strategy. Between 2 on wood and 3 on wood, it's very important. If I want to go men at arms versus poles, for example, I would do 3 on wood. But I think just a scout spear opening with Lithuanians sounds really good. So I'm going to just go straight for the boar. I opted to lure deer, so I'm doing that. And this is an insane situation. I think that was his sheep, by the way, so I took it. But hey, in a tournament, I would take it too, so. Sucks for you, man. Now I really focus on house placement. Always place houses in a form of a wall. The house near berries. And then we go on to the mill. And at this point, I can just chill and lure some deer. At this point, I might try to think of the matchup, think of what poles would go for, since I have a bit of free time. So here I'm Lithuanians. I already decided I want to go scout spear. I already kind of looked at how I want to wall my map. I have a pretty wallable map, which means usually my opponent has something similar. And wallable map, if poles can wall, it's pretty bad. So I'm going to try to play aggressive. So if I want to play aggressive, I have to up really fast. So let's do something like 16 or 17 pop. Not 16, it's too early, but maybe 17 or 18. Sounds a bit more reasonable. Mill on this side to be able to farm around it. Next fill here. Try to stay as efficient as possible at home always. So I just babysit my villagers. In this game, villagers tend to block very often, which is annoying. So I tend to just like babysit my villagers more often than not and make sure that there's no blockage happening. Here I'm going to test to see if I can click up. But I think realistically 17 with Loom is correct. Let's aim for that. There we go, we got it. Then we transition to wood right away. Again, try to keep things as efficient as possible. I made a small mistake there at the end. I got the boar like half a second, or maybe like, let's say, not half a second, like 2-3 seconds late. So I had some minor inefficiencies, but otherwise it was a pretty perfect arcade. I lured really fast, so all 3D are in before like 6 minutes, and I can scout my opponent's base. So I get lured deer and scouting. That's why the whole, scouting is, or luring deer is risky because you can't scout. The whole thing is a little bit of a myth these days. We got so good at doing it, but we can do both. One lumber camp because it's a thick wood line. He's on this side, so I'm going to maneuver my bill over here. Then the second one. Barrack stable in front of the gold makes a lot of sense. Minor mistake there. Should have tasked him for the boar. As you can see, like, perfection is really hard to achieve. I actually tried my best, and I made already a few inefficiencies, a few mistakes. Small ones, obviously. But In tournament, you try to play perfectly as much as possible. Especially early game when not much difference. Build was pretty nice though. Pretty clean build, 17 pop. Next up, I want to afford a house and Bidax. All my houses in the form of a wall. And I'm scouting him to see what he's doing now. I see men at arm right away. Okay, fair enough. Go for this. Now let's do a loop around his base to see where I can hit. I'm not scared of men at arms too much. I'm going to wall my base, one build to either side. And try to put pressure on him. Remember, my plan was actually to be the guy attacking. So even though he's on men at arms, I'm going to try to attack him still. But if he comes forward and looks to pressure me, then I'll have to respect that. Also, he's not even feudal age yet, so... Okay, there, he just hit. Looks like it's not a men at arm. Bill? Interesting. Okay, so weird things are coming our way. No horse collar needed, so I'm not actually making farms. You want to hit that bill because it's a pull bill, right? It regenerates. I'm only hitting it if I think I can kill it. I'm gonna go back here. I don't have time to full wall that's out of the base anyway, so let's just go back. Small mistake there as well. Okay, now I gotta switch to a range. I just need it. No way around it to defend the forward. Got a lot on gold. That tells me he's gonna go archers. Pretty much guaranteed. Again, just babysit whatever I can. Look at the pressure. He's doing a really good job on defense, but hey, my main plan was actually attacking the full work. And I might actually pick up a bill here. Nope, not quite. I'll still skip Horse Collar just because he's attacking me pretty hard. And I'm also not going to make any more scouts for a while until I see what's going on. If he just keeps spamming spears, then all I need is skirms. Yeah, he's got a lot of spears now. I want to see if I can commit to one of those, but looking like I probably can't. So instead, let's go back and focus at home. At this point, I'm just going to completely abandon the aggression, scout with the spear, go home, and deal with his aggression now. So what he's doing right now, I would consider a very weird play, and I don't like it. As long as I don't make any mistakes, I know I won. I can squeeze this in now. But of course, making mistakes, there's always a high chance of making mistakes, so you stay focused. I'm buying time here until I get my upgrades. I'm actually letting him in here. I know I can clear him up one day anyway. A fast moving skirm is just a nightmare for him. Ooh, that's really bad. It's the micro better than that. Notice I'm leaving my villas. Like, my villas are protected there. If he tries to hit my villas, I'm gonna hit his army. He can't kill my villas for free there. Nice micro. We just abuse him on defense, basically. Remember, I just have to not make mistakes. He's the guy forwarding me, sending all his villas forward. So I just have to not make mistakes. And that's what I'm focused on. No crazy counterattack. No crazy overreaction. Just enough to get by here. Oh, good micro from him now. Armor's gonna be crazy good. Again, he can hit my villas if he wants to. Like, every time he hits, he gets really scared because I attack him. I'm welcoming him to attack my build, and if he does, it's not going to end well for him. One skirm to hit the low HPs. And GG. Very nice. Very nice. I think it's a really good example of everything I'm thinking of when playing tournaments. This is a standard game where nothing goes really well for me, but nothing goes really bad for me. I'm just a really consistent player that makes small mistakes consistently, but I just stay focused on the big task, and I think that's the best description of me as a player. So I pointed out like 6-7 mistakes I made this game. Small ones, but still pretty big mistakes. But meanwhile, I'm just reading the game well. I saw he had a ton on gold. I know he's on 2 ranges. He sent 2 bills forward. All he has is this push. No counter. I actually started.
Amazing. GG.
I started with the counterattacks, forced 4 or 5 spears, and then I adapted. I'm not going to force the damage. I just go back with my scouts. He made 4 or 5 spears at home. This guy's well protected, but also he's stuck in feudal now. I go back with my scouts, use them at home just to defend, get really good trades with my skirms, and my vills are exposed, but not really. Every time he shot my vills, I'm walking towards him. I'm looking to kill a unit. And even if he dives, kills both, kills 2 vills, I would kill all his army if he does that. Then I'd kill the 2 vills he has here. And that's if, best case scenario, he gets 2. Most of the time, I just run them away. He gets 0. Really solid game. Pretty even Civ matchup as well. Maybe Lith slightly better. So I was pretty happy about this. And let me know if you guys want to see more like this. And yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace.